Hello everyone. So today we'll be learning how we can prompt our agent efficiently to get the best responses from it for your business. These are some of the best practices which we'll be following throughout the video. Let's get to prompting now. So this is basically the prompt and the welcome message conversational flow of our agent, and this is the most important part of the agent as the agent will be following this prompt for all its interactions, right? So we have to make sure that there is no unnecessary information in this prompt and we have not over explained stuff, and we have kept the prompt short and meaningful. So first we'll go through this prompt. So this is the conversational flow. Here we have the agent role and context, introduction and reminder, appointment offer, propose available dates and times. These are basically the sections in which the prompt is divided. You can add your own sections here as well, or remove these sections or turn them on and off based on your requirement. As these are completely made by AI, so these are of course not completely accurate, so we'll have to go into each of them and customize them for our use case. So let us now look at this prompt. So this is the welcome message. This is the message which the bot will say first when it calls someone, and in this message you can see that there is a square bracket variable. This is a dynamic variable. It will dynamically swap the value from the data you will be providing it. So for example, if your data has a customer name column and in that column there are names of the customers, right? And let's say one customer name is for example Arnav, so it will say hi Arnav, right? So you can introduce the dynamic variables all throughout your prompt to make it more personalized for the users you will be calling, as of course you will get a better rate of response from people if you take their name while calling them. So we'll keep this as this is, and then we'll go here. Now this agent name column is not required, so we'll remove it and we'll name it something like, let's say, Viraj, right? Now moving forward, now again we have introduced this column X months. We'll just keep it months. This will be the column where we'll add how many months it has been since the last service. So we'll keep it as it is, and yeah, this is your welcome message. Now moving forward, what we'll do is we want this bot to easily converse in English and Hindi. So we'll give it some instructions. First will be that if the user talks in Hindi, then respond in Hindi, and if the user talks in English, then respond in English. So we'll just write by this prompt, the bot will be able to freely change its language mid-conversation if the user changes their language. Now we'll do one more thing. We'll add here. Now we have return the response in Devanagari. What this means is, if the user is talking in Hindi, then return the response in Devanagari, because Hindi is better pronounced in Devanagari. So the bot will pronounce Hindi better and it will not feel artificial and more human. Now that we have fixed the language problem, we'll come back to this welcome message and explore a bit more options. So as you can see, there is dynamic written here. What this means is that AI will dynamically make this message based on the context, right? So we have to keep this on as we are using dynamic variables. Then you can see this another option, interruption. What this means is that if the bot is saying its first message, you don't usually want interruptions, because in the beginning people say hello, hi, and you don't want that your bot gets interrupted because of that message. Usually you keep it off, but if you require for your business, you can also turn it on. So the bot will get interrupted and the user can say whatever they want, and the bot will respond to that even in the opening message. One more thing, we can try to make this welcome message as short as possible, as long welcome messages often ticks off the users and they cut the call. So what we'll do is we'll just remove this section to make this welcome message even shorter. One more thing we should add here is that the response should contain numbers in words and not in their symbols, because AI bots often mispronounce symbols and like rupees, dollar, and numbers like 500, 6000. So it is better that we put them in words so that bots can pronounce them easily. So we'll just write here. So you can add more examples here and make your prompt even better. Now what we'll do is we'll go through all these sections and see if any of them is irrelevant and not useful for our bot. So right now, as our bot is just calling the users first time, we do not need handle rescheduling requests. So we can just remove this section. We should try to keep these sections as minimum as possible, as surplus info might overwhelm the bot. So we'll go through all the sections. As you can see, this X months variable is still here and we want this to be months. So one way is that we can manually go to each section and remove this. Other way is we can just go to this helper chat and write, and all the edits we did till now we could have done from this chat window as well. And just like that, it has removed all the instances of X months from the prompt. So we'll just click on apply changes and that is done. This way you can customize a conversational flow by just prompting in this chat window as well. So this is a very fast way of doing this. So yeah, these were some of the best practices we need to follow while making our conversational flow and customizing it. Now I'll just quickly go through each section, remove all the unnecessary parts, and then let's do a web call to see how well it is performing. Here I've used the helper chat to basically edit the whole prompt. Now as you can see, it is trying to remove all the edits I made for the language switching. So this is not the edit I want. So I'll just click on revert to original. Now I'll review this one. This one looks good to me, so I'll just keep it as it is and I'll go down. Now we'll review this section and it looks good to me. This section also looks good to me. This as well and this as well. So I'll just click on apply changes to apply these changes. And yeah, this has easily made my conversational flow much smaller and compact. As our agent is female, let us just change this to a female name. And now let us do a test web call to see how it performs.
Hi Arnav Gupta, this is Priya from Mercedes. I'm calling to remind you that your vehicle is due for service.
Hi Priya, thanks for contacting me. Yes, tell me.
Would you like to schedule your service appointment now? I can help you find a convenient time.
Yeah, sure. What time slots are available?
We have openings on Thursday 20th November and Friday 21st November at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Does any of these work for you?
Now I will talk to it in Hindi and see if it can perform in that as well. क्या आप मुझसे हिंदी में बात कर सकते हैं?
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल. तो क्या आपको गुरुवार 20 नवंबर या शुक्रवार 21 नवंबर को सुबह 10 बजे या दोपहर 2 बजे का समय ठीक लगेगा?
हाँ, ये समय सही है.
बहुत बढ़िया. हमने आपका सर्विस अपॉइंटमेंट गुरुवार 20 नवंबर को सुबह 10 बजे के लिए शेड्यूल कर दिया है. अगर आपके कोई विशेष अनुरोध हैं तो कृपया हमें पहले से बता दें.
नहीं, सब ठीक है.
धन्यवाद आपका सर्विस शेड्यूल करने के लिए. हम आपके मर्सिडीज को टॉप कंडीशन में रखने के लिए आपके समर्पण की सराहना करते हैं. हम आपको गुरुवार 20 नवंबर को देखने के लिए उत्सुक हैं. आपका दिन शुभ हो.
Right. So one thing we missed here is that it is talking in pure Hindi, which we do not want. And this is a process of iteration. Once you test the bot, you'll see that there are some issues and you'll come to this conversational flow and try to fix them. Like we noticed this pure Hindi issue. So we'll just come here and add this, that now I'll just convert these words to Hindi and I'll just paste them here. So yeah, that was it for this video. We can definitely make this prompt even better, but that is an iterative process which we'll do once we do more testing in the future videos. So yeah, bye bye and see you in the next one.